Continuation of previous class. So previous class we studied network reduction using series parallel. So this topic continuation. A few more concepts are there. Few special problems. So let us see this problem. So R1, R2, R3, R4. So what is RAB? What is RAB? Some problems by inspection we decide whether they are series or parallel, but some problems even if you observe carefully, it takes more time to understand how they are connected. So in that case, the best option is, as I told earlier, if this point is A, this is also A. This is anyway B, this point, another point, let us say X. Now redraw. When we redraw, R1 is between A and X. R1 is between A and X. R2 also between A and X. R2 also between A and X. So R1 over R2 over R3 between B and X. So you take B, then this is again X. So this value is R3. So R3 over. What about R4? R4 across A and B. R4 across A and B. So this A point you can take it little bit. Now between A and B, this is what R4. So we want RAB. Now you can decide easily series parallel. So obviously these two are parallel, series parallel with R4. Therefore RAB equal to R1 parallel with R2, R1 parallel with R2, that is series with R3. This total value parallel with R4. So simplify, you get the answer. So like this we can easily solve when we redraw with the help of this technique. Every problem you can't apply this technique, but some problems this will be helpful. This is asked in one of the competitive exam, IES. Find current I. So question is find I. So this asked in IES exam. So single source problem. If you try to find R equivalent looking from this, basically series parallel not possible. Observe carefully. These two are not parallel and this not parallel. If you take any two elements, not parallel, not series. So R equivalent not possible. Then total current here IT not possible. If this is not possible, obviously total current not possible. Then you can't use current division. If this value don't know and these two are anyway not parallel, if you know this, if you think parallel, you can apply current division. So current division you can't apply because total current don't know, and moreover they are not parallel. So that is the specialty of the problem. But if you observe carefully, it is a bridge network. It is a bridge network. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 8 into 2 equal to 4 into 4. What is 8 into 2? 16. 4 into 4, 16. It will form a bridge, not only bridge balanced. So if you imagine this 2 ohm draw like this 4 draw like this, then it looks like really bridge. So most of the exams, they give a bridge circuit, but it won't look directly like a bridge circuit. So that you have to observe carefully. So 8 into 2, 16, 4 into 4, 16. It is a bridge network. Not only bridge, it is balanced. As I told earlier, when bridge is balanced, what is the current in this element? 0. So voltage at this point, equal. Potential difference 0, current is 0. So this is the answer. So like this we can, logically we have to answer. If bridge is not balanced, it takes more time to answer. And using star delta, even star delta also you can't use, it's a special problem. Star delta you can't use because we are finding current here. Na? These three will form a delta. This delta you can't change into star. This delta you can't change into star. If you change into star, this will be modified. But we are interested to find current in this. So star delta you can't use it. Then R equivalent not possible because bridge is not balanced. R equivalent not possible. And total current not possible. You can't use current division or voltage division because series parallel fail. So same problem with bridge not balanced. Star delta you can't use, series parallel you can't use, current division, voltage division you can't use. Then you have to solve this problem by mesh array nodal analysis. So mesh array nodal analysis, topic not over. So using that only you can find, but it's an objective question. Bridge is balanced, easily answer. If same problem bridge not balanced, in 1 minute nobody can solve. It will become a lengthy problem. Also look at this problem, capacitor. So here capacitance value of C, here also C, here also C. Now we want to find CAB. Capacitance equivalent across A and B, that is CAB. So C connected. Again you can answer easily. This point is A na? So this is A. This is B. This is also B. This is A. This is B. So C across AB, C across AB, C across AB. Means if you redraw There is one capacitor here C across AB, another capacitor also across AB, third capacitor across AB. All values are equal. So when all are equal, what is CAB now? It will be all are parallel, na? You get 3C. You get 3C. That is the answer. So like that we can answer, can be capacitor or resistor or inductor. Now let me explain importance of series parallel. See, last class we studied resistive network T network. This is the resistive T network we have done. We have taken this is R1, R2, R3, this is AB, this is CD. So this is the T network with open. In this what we answered? We answered RAB. RAB we have done, RCD we have done, RAC also we have done. So it is a resistive network. Now network can be capacitive. It can be a capacitive network. So this is C1, C2, C3. Or it can be inductive network. It can be inductive network. L1, L2, L3. So what is RAB? I told you R1 plus R3. RCD, R2 plus R3. What is RAC? R1 plus R2. Like that, it can be C capacitor equivalent across AB. So AB again CD. So what is CAB? Here R1, R3 series. Here also C1, C3 series. So what is CAB now? They are series now. C1, C3 by C1 plus C3. Like that, capacitance across CD we can do. Capacitance across AC also we can find out. Structure same but elements are different. Here these two series, here also these two series, here also these two series. It can be LAB, inductance across A and B. So what is the answer? Again these two are series na? L1 plus L3. What is LCD? L2 plus L3. LAC, L1 plus L2. So this series parallel, whatever you are learning on resistor, it is applicable to capacitor as well as inductor. Now you take now I am giving numerical values. If you are applying a voltage source, take 10 volts. If you are applying a current source, take 1 ampere. If you are taking R1 value, 10 ohms. This homework I am giving. R2, 20 ohms. R3, 30 ohms. Like that it can be R6, 60 ohms. So R1, 10, R2, 20, like that you take it. Because this is a T network, T open, T short, pi, bridge T and so on. So many models we have taken. For all of them resistive we discussed. Similarly solve on capacitive and inductive. Then if it is a capacitor C1, take 10 microfarads. C2 20 microfarads. Like that C6 60 microfarads you take it. In terms of inductors, L1 you take 10 millihenry, L2 take it 20 millihenry, like that L6 60 millihenry. If 7 is coming, 70 millihenry. That's an easy way of taking. Voltage source 10, current source 1. With this numericals, now I am giving homework. So take R1 value, example this problem. What is R1? 10 ohms. What is R2? 20 ohms. What is R3? 30 ohms. Now apply a voltage source of 10 volts. Voltage source of 10 volts. Now this problem we have to analyze. Analyze what the question can be. Find current here, current here, current here. Voltage, voltage, voltage. Power, power, power. Okay, these are the possible questions. So how to do it? So voltage source is there. First find this current. But to get this current, we should know R equivalent. Na? What is R equivalent to? 10 plus 30. 10 plus 30 is 40 ohms. Then what is the current I? 10 divided by 40. So 1 by 4 amps. Current in this 1 by 4. What is current in this? 0. Why current here is 0? Because it's open. Na? Current here 1 by 4. What is the current here? Again 1 by 4. Same current flowing. So like this we can answer current. So current here 1 by 4. Current here 1 by 4. Current here 0. If current is known, you can find voltage drop. That is current into resistor. Multiply current into 10, you get drop here. Current into 30, you get drop here. 0 into 20 anyway, 0. Like that voltage you can find. Then you can answer power. Power is voltage into current you can operate, or I square R you can operate, or V square by R you can operate. So power and power like this you can find. So what we can answer? Current, voltage and power. Once you have done this, replace this source with current source. Current source of 1 ampere. If you take a current, apply 1 ampere. So if this is giving 1 ampere, what is the current here? 1 ampere only. Again, what is the current here? 1 ampere only. Then current will not flow here, 0. Then find voltage, voltage, voltage. Power, power, power. So repeat same thing with the current source also. Once this side is over, repeat same by applying this side. So this side again you apply what? With 10 volts. Current, current, current. Voltage, voltage, voltage. Power, power, power. Repeat them with the current source. Repeat with the current source. Current source of 1 ampere. Like this. After this side is over, again apply voltage source this side. Voltage source of 10 volts. Then find current, current, current. Voltage, voltage, voltage. Power, power, power. Repeat with the current source. That is the reason previously we solved RAB, RCD, RAC. So voltage source, it can be a current source. This side or this side or this side. Question can be currents, question can be voltages, question can be powers. So all these things we have done on T network. Repeat on T short. Repeat with pi network, pi open, pi short, lattice open, lattice short, bridge T open, bridge T short. Different networks we have done. Na? So for all of them you take resistors values like this, voltage source, current source like this, connect across AB, connect across CD, connect across AC, find currents, voltages and powers. That is the assignment. The next one is take the capacitive network. Capacitive network, again apply voltage source of 10 volts. Here we have analyzed for what? Voltage, we analyzed for current, voltage and power. Whereas capacitive network analyze for voltage, then charge and energy. Find out voltage here, voltage here, voltage here, current and energy. Inductive network, again values given. Here you can find current, can find flux, can find flux, then you can find energy, not voltage. Current, flux, then energy for an inductive network. Any inductive network we find these three, any capacitive network we find these three, any resistive network we find these three. And once you understand these two series, they are also series. These two also series. So resistor series means current same, voltage dividing. Capacitors series means charge same but voltage dividing. Inductor series means current same, flux is dividing. Like that. Resistors parallel means voltage same, current divide. Capacitors parallel means voltage same, charge divide. Then inductors parallel means current dividing, flux is same. These are the properties already done. And we know resistor series means voltage division formula. So those formulas you are already familiar. Accordingly you can apply. So all such resistive, capacitive, inductive problems we can solve easily with the help of series and parallel. Use voltage division, current division, charge division, flux division, previous class topic. So accordingly you can solve. So this is the advantage of series parallel. Now I take up one little bigger problem. Then you can solve all these small problems. Now I will take up resistive network. Network is this. This is one standard model. $30 ohms, 60 ohms, then 80 ohms, 20 ohms, 40 ohms, 80 ohms, and this is 100 volt. So it's a combination of series and parallel. So what are the possible questions? Find A bit. Current in each resistor. B bit. Voltage in each resistor. Power in each resistor. Total power in network. Total power supplied by source. So these are the possible questions we can answer on this problem. They don't ask energy. If they ask energy, they have to mention time. So current, voltage, power, these three only they can ask. They don't ask charge. They don't ask energy. So current, voltage, power in resistive network. So to answer this, first what we have to find? R equivalent. R equivalent is based on series parallel. So observe globally and find out R equivalent based on series parallel. If you look at these two are parallel and that is series with 20, this total equivalent parallel with 40, that is series with 80. So 30-60 parallel, how much? 20 ohms. 20-20 series 40, 40-40 parallel 20, 20 plus 80, 100 ohms. So R equivalent is 100 ohms. Then how much total current will come? 100 by 100. 100 by R equivalent 100 na? So 1 ampere. This current is 1 ampere. The source is giving current of 1 ampere. So current supplied by source depends on source value and total R equivalent. It is not only this resistor, not any one, total resistance we have to consider. So total current of 1 ampere. This 1 ampere current after 80 ohms is how much? 1 ampere only. After this resistor 1 ampere only. It is not less than 1. It is not more than 1. Some students think that as it is coming from the resistor, therefore it will be reducing. That is a wrong concept. When you take a pipeline, this pipe is already filled with water. When you send 1 liter water, how much will come out? Same. So that is the water concept. So same current will come out. This 1 ampere further divide. Some will flow here, some will flow here. Don't apply current division between 40 and 20 because 40-20 not parallel. Which are parallel? This total equivalent is parallel with 40. But what is this total equivalent? Is 40 ohms. 40-40 parallel, therefore this 1 ampere current to divide equally. So this is 1 by 2, this is 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 will come up to here and this 1 by 2 further dividing between 30 and 60. So what is this current? Let us say this current is some I1. So what is the value of I1? Incoming is 1 by 2. Opposite is 60 by 30 plus 60. 30 plus 60 is 90. So simplify, you get 1 by 3 amps. This is simplified to 1 by 3. This is 1 by 3. What is the current here now? 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 is 1 by 6. 1 by 6. 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6 is what again? 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is how much? 1 ampere. The source giving how much current? 1 ampere. How much current coming back again? 1 ampere. This is a thumb rule. Source whatever is giving, same current should come back compulsorily. It is started with 1 ampere coming back off, something wrong. So this is how you can find current in each resistor. After this current, you can find voltage. How to find voltage? Voltage is simply, what is the drop formula? V equal to IR. So 80 into 1, 80 volts. 1 by 2 into 20, 1 by 2 into 20, 10 volts. 1 by 2 into 40, 20 volts. 1 by 3 into 30, 10 volts. 1 by 6 into 60, again 10 volts. As I said in the first class, current will, wherever current is entering the resistor, there you take positive, other side negative. Here negative to positive, here current will be positive to negative. So all these voltages plus minus you have to show compulsorily. Like that you can find voltage. Don't do this mistake. If you add these voltages 80 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 20, how much is that, this total? It is not 100, it will be more than 100. 80 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 20, if you add, you will get more than 100. So you get a fundamental doubt. Applied is 100, how come you got more than 100? You should not apply like that first of all. Why? This 100 is equal to 80 plus 10 plus 10. So it is a voltage law. Voltage law is always applied in the loop. So 100 equal to 80 plus 10 plus 10 satisfied na? This 100 is also equal to 80 plus 10 plus 10. This 100 is also equal to 80 plus 20. Always sum of the voltages in the loop equal to 0. Sum of the voltages in the loop equal to 0. Like this you can verify the answer. Whether you have done correct or wrong, you can verify with the help of voltage law. But voltage law is always applied in loop, not at the node. Current law you can apply at the node. At this node, how much current entering? 1. How much leaving? 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So current law verified na at this node. Current law verified at this node also. How much is entering? 1 by 2. How much leaving? 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So current law verified here. Current law verified here. Every node current law automatically verified. Every loop voltage law is verified. So that's how you have to check the voltage law as well as current law. If current law satisfied, automatically voltage law satisfy. Next, power. To find power, what is the power formula? Voltage into current, I square R or V square by R. So if I apply, I want to find power here. Voltage into current, 80 into 1. 80 into 1 is 80 watts. 10 into 1 by 2, 5 watts. Then 20 into 1 by 2, 10 watts. Then 10 into 1 by 3, 10 by 3 watts. This is 10 by 6 watts. That is power in each resistor. Power in each resistor. Everywhere I multiplied voltage into current. You can also use I square R. 1 square into 8 is again same. V square by R. V square by R. Again you get same. Any one of the formula you can apply. Then total power, how do you get it? Total power is simply add them. So add those powers. Add those powers. 80 plus 5 plus 10 plus 10 by 3 plus 10 by 6. So just to add them, you will get 100 watts. You will get 100 watts. So total power dissipated in entire resistive network is 100 watts. What is the power supplied by source? Now here voltage into current. 100 into 1 is 100 watts. So power supplied by source is 100. Total power dissipated also 100. Which law is verified? Total power supplied by source is always equal to total power dissipated in resistor. This is power law. This is voltage law. This is current law. So what are the laws we are verifying? Any resistive network, VIP. There is a VIP suitcase na, or very important person, VIP. V is what? Voltage law. I is what? Current law. P is what? Power law. Where we apply voltage law? Loop. Where we apply current law? Node. Node means where all elements are joined, all elements are connected. That's a junction point, node. Power law, complete network. Complete network. Entire network only we apply power law. So this is a loop. This is a loop. So voltage law apply in the loop. Current law at node. This is a node. This is a node. This is a node. This is a node. Every node compulsorily current law verified. Power law, how to verify? Total power supplied is equal to total power dissipated in entire network. Here blindly sum them. Don't worry about series or parallel. These two are parallel, added, and these two are series, added. This equivalent, that parallel, again added. Don't worry whether they are series or parallel. Power should be added. Blindly power values, individual powers, add them, you get a total power. This is how we verify power law. If power law satisfied, automatically current law, voltage law satisfied. If power law is not satisfied, something wrong, automatically current law, voltage law will not satisfy. So where is the mistake? Mistake we might have done in R equivalent. So if R equivalent is wrong, total current is wrong, current in each branch wrong, voltage in each branch wrong, then voltage law fail, current law fail, power law fail, total problem collapse. Because what is the blunder you have done? Series parallel you are not confident, then R equivalent wrong, then total everything will be wrong. So that's why series parallel is very, very important basic concept that will play a major role in analyzing these things. That's why he solved so many problems in understanding series parallel. So this is how we have solved the problem. I have taken here voltage source, and before I replace with current source, I'll give one example of this voltage law, current law. Voltage law is like this. I have 100 rupees. I want to distribute 100 rupees to two students. Let us say CR and ICR. If I give CR 50 rupees, ICR how much will get? Again 50 rupees. 50 plus 50 become 100. Na? Or if CR is getting 80 rupees, how much ICR will get to 20 rupees. So 80 plus 20 become 100. Or 30 plus 70 is 100. Or 90 plus 10 is 100. This is the simple concept of voltage law. Who invented this simple concept? By Kirchhoff. So later we call it as a Kirchhoff voltage law. Next, current law. Current law is also very simple. Look at this simple current law concept. There is a pipeline. In this pipeline, water is coming. There is another pipe. So these 2 points are joined. How much water will flow in this pipe? Same water, whatever is coming, totally it will flow. Now imagine there is a third pipe. There is a third pipe. Now connected like this. So some water will flow in this pipeline also. How much water will flow in this pipeline? This minus this. How much water will flow here? This minus this. And at any moment of time, incoming water is equal to this plus this. So this is equal to this plus this. This is equal to this minus this. This is equal to this minus this. This is the simple water concept. Every plumber knows this. Every farmer knows this. Every beggar knows this. This is the beauty of current law. Who invented this first? Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff current law. So Kirchhoff current law we can understand with the help of this water concept. So this is like a node. This is like a node. This pipeline, all three joined here na, that is a junction point, connecting point. So we apply current law at this point only. So that's how you understand voltage law, current law and power law. Now same problem, I am not changing the problem, I am replacing voltage source with the current source. I am not discussing how to solve given problem, I am discussing how to solve any problem. Problem can be anything. So this is the problem, replacing voltage source with the current source of 1 ampere. Any number you can take it, I am taking 1 ampere. Questions remain same, question same, circuit same, numerical same, only change is current source. So when we solve this problem with these questions, current in each resistor. What is the source giving how much current? 1 ampere na. So how much will flow here? 1 ampere. After resistor 1 ampere. Same current. Here R equivalent no need to find because already we know current source. So this 1 ampere dividing between 40 and this equivalent. This equivalent anyway 40. So 1 by 2 will go this side, 1 by 2 will go this side. This 1 by 2 divide using current division, 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 1 by 3, 1 by 6 is again 1 by 2, this is again 1 by 2, total 1 ampere. So we answered this. Then how to find voltage in each? 80 into 1, 80 volts. 1 by 2 into 20, 10 volts. So like that you can find voltage. And voltage into current you will get power. Add it, you get total. So like this you can analyze. This is more easy comparing with the voltage source. So any resistive network, what is important? VIP. Okay. Next. The same problem, just see the beauty of subject. How problems can be created easily. So minor change in this. This source is here previously, now I am connecting here. Same 100 volts. Same 100 volts. So this is another problem. What is the change? Previously source here, now shifted to here. Then same questions how we can answer. Because source is moved here, R equivalent will change. Previously one source is here, these two are parallel series like that we have done. Na? Now source is here. What is the series parallel definition? It is connection among the elements looking from the source. Looking from the source. So source is here, now looking from here you have to find out. So what is the change in this problem is R equivalent is important. So R equivalent will change. So how to find R equivalent now? The source is giving current, this current dividing here. So when current is dividing, don't think these two are parallel. This is very bad approach of many students. Students think that source giving current to current dividing, so dividing means parallel, these two are parallel, gone. You are out from the game. That's a wrong concept. So how to think? Think globally, keep simplifying locally. Think, observe globally. Globally means whole circuit, and keep simplifying locally, whichever is possible. So if you observe carefully, 40 and 80 parallel, na? If you are not confident, this 80 I can draw here. This 80 I can also show it here. Now 40, 80 parallel, na? Clearly. So therefore, this 40 I am removing and connecting here. So therefore these two are parallel. 80, 40 parallel. So these two we are able to simplify. Next, how do you further simplify? These two are parallel or series? These two are series. So 20, this 20 is series. So combined with this. Next, don't think these three are parallel. Don't think these three are parallel. They are not parallel. Why? Connect this point here. Connect this point here. Connect like this. It's the same meaning, na? So when you connect like this, these three are not parallel. These two only parallel. Now remove this. That is parallel with 60. Then this equivalent value series with 30. This 30 remove, then add with 30. This answer is not 100 ohms. Previously we got 100 ohms. Now it is not 100. Something else, not 100. Some other value it will come. So what is changing mainly? Source location changed. R equivalent answer changed. Accordingly, all these answers also will change. Now between these two parallel, na apply current division. Between these two apply voltage division. Between these two apply current division. Between these two apply voltage division. That you know already. So if R equivalent is perfect, find the total current. Then parallel use current division. If it is series, use voltage division. Like that you can find current, voltage, power. So source is moved. Now replace this source with current source. Now we are moving the source around the circuit. Then answer all these things. Like this we can create so many problems, so many sources. I mean voltage source or current source. Like this any question they can ask. So any resistive network like this analyze. Any resistive network like this analyze. So I think next class capacitive and inductive network we'll study. So till now resistive network how to analyze. Next class capacitive and inductive how to analyze.